What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Thursday. We got an interesting slate here tonight. It's starting at 6:10 because we got a smaller slate, so they included that 6 o'clock game. And it's limited options, but I got it broken down for you. There is still some very good hitting options on this slate and some solid pitchers at the top. Morton and Porcello have been pitching very well this year. Also, Blake Snell having a very good year. So there is some good pitching options there at pitcher, but their ownership won't be as spread out as our normal 10-game slate. But we're still going to make it work with my money 6. So I'm going to give you 2 pitchers, 3 hitters, and a nice value bat that you can throw into your lineup. So go ahead and drop a like in the video before we get going. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's try to get over 80 likes on this one. And let's just hop into it. I'm going to go with Charlie Morton at the top against Cleveland. It's a pretty scary lineup, but they haven't been nearly as good against right-handed pitchers on the year. And Morton had a very good outing against them last game. He got 30 DraftKings points, won 7 innings with 8 Ks. So that's great to see against this Cleveland lineup. And I think his strikeout stuff and everything's just been on point this year. He has a 32% K rate. And I think he'll carry the momentum into this game. 3 out of his last 4 starts, he's gone over 30 DraftKings points. So his stuff has been electric, great strikeout material, and that can help his floor and his upside in this matchup against Cleveland. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there at 11,400. I think he can reach around 25 to 30 DraftKings points again in this game. And he's been 6-0 in the season. They've been giving him some good run support. So hopefully they can give him another good win here against Cleveland. Morton has been pitching better than Clevenger, so he should be able to get some more run support in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first pitcher. And for my second guy, I'm going to go with Blake Snell. I mentioned he's been pitching well. This year he's getting a lot of strikeouts and having some big games. So against Boston here, another team that's been worse against his hand. They're hitting a lot worse against left-handed pitchers and striking out a lot more because some of these lefties like Benintendi, Devers, who else is there? Moreland kind of, Jackie Bradley Jr. They're just really struggling against lefty pitchers this year and striking out a lot more. So if you look at the strikeout splits, they're striking out 24% of the time against lefties compared to only 18% of the time against righties. So they're much more strikeout prone. And Blake Snell has had some good stuff against them in his career. His last start against them, he went for 7.1 innings. And this was in Boston. He got 9 Ks and 30 DraftKings points. So he's feeling himself in that game. I think he can have another good game. He's been very good at home this year, only allowing a 1.0 ERA and 22 DraftKings points on average. So I think he'll keep the momentum going in a pitcher-friendly park here in the Tropicana. So I love Blake Snell. His stuff has been very good. Good strikeout stuff. I think he can load him up again here against Boston and just limit them. Chris Archer had a very good night against Boston last night, so maybe this park downgrade is a good spot to attack them. So go ahead and lock them in there. So those are the 2 pitchers. You got 3,800 remaining per player with Morton and Blake Snell. 2 guys I think honestly had the most upside on the slate. So I'm going to go for my first hitter, LORENZO CAIN, at 4,700. Going against a lefty. LORENZO has been absolutely disgusting against lefties this year. He's batting 400 against them, and he has a 300 ISO. And he's been really playing well just with this Milwaukee team having a crazy good year. So I think he'll keep that going here against Steven Matz, a guy that's been really getting hit hard against righty batters. He's allowing a 41% hard hit rate and 2.3 home runs per 9. So the way to attack Matz is with these righty batters, and CAIN has been a very good hitter against the lefties throughout his career. And also he has the ability to get a stolen base against Steven Matz. Steven Matz is one of the easiest guys in the league, honestly, to steal against, and CAIN has 10 steals on the year, so he has the speed to do it. He'll be batting first in this lineup, so if he can hit a single, he can get a stolen base there as well. So he has multiple ways to rack up DraftKings points. He can have a huge night, so I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there at 4,700. For my second guy, we're going to stick with a right-handed batter on this Milwaukee team. Another guy that is extremely good against lefties in his career, Ryan Braun, at 3,900. His price is a little bit cheaper because he's coming off that injury. He was out for 10 days with a back injury, but he's being activated. Looks like he's going to be giving it the go tonight, I would imagine, against a lefty and Steven Matz. So at 3,900 here against Matz, he has good home run ability against the lefties, and he can just get an extra base hit, I think, or just get a few hits against Mats here. So, and also this is going to be a park downgrade for Mats here in Milwaukee, a very good hitter's park. So I like Ryan Braun and CAIN, that righty duo against Mats here. So Ryan Braun, go ahead and lock him in there. And those are the first two, and we're going to go with Moustakas for our third guy at 4,400. Going against Austin Bivens Dirks. This guy is absolutely atrocious. He sucked last year. He allowed a ton of home runs and hard contact, just to both sides of the plate. So Moustakas, one of the most powerful lefties in the league. He's getting a park upgrade here. Going to Texas, they're expecting like 90-degree temp. So Moustakas has the benefit of the nice temperatures. And against a bad pitcher, I think he can launch one into the atmosphere here tonight and just get a lot of drafting points at his price of 4,400. He's extremely good against righty pitchers. So Moustakas, everything's just adding up for a big game for him. And also Dirks couldn't strike out anyone last year. I believe his strikeout rate against lefties was like 7% or something like that, something extremely low. So Moustakas, a very good play here against a bad pitcher. So go ahead and lock him in there. So that leaves you with 3,520 remaining per player. These are honestly three of my favorite hitters on the slate, so you don't have to pay up crazy for the rest of your hitters. I would just try to lock in these guys with my core and just try to go a little bit riskier with the rest, some more value guys. But one guy I'm looking at is Profar here at 3,500, going against Danny Duffy. And Profar has been hitting the ball extremely well the last few games, 18, 18, and 14. And he's definitely been benefiting of the Texas weather and just the ballpark here, because all these games have been in Texas. So looking at this matchup against Danny Duffy, Profar has been extremely good against lefties on the season, a 424 WOBA against them, and also Duffy just allowing a ton of home runs, a lot of hard contact, and just getting killed by righty batters. So I think Profar can get a hit or two off him, and he'll be in that around that like 4 or 5 spot in the lineup, because Texas is a little bit weaker against lefties with some of these other guys like Joey Gallo and Mazar and stuff like that. So Profar benefits from moving up the lineup against the lefties, so he has the RBI opportunities with the guys ahead of him like Chu, D. Shields, and stuff like that. So hopefully there's some guys on base for him. Profar can knock him in. He's seen 6 RBIs in his last 2 games, so that kind of shows the upside he has at a nice price of 3,500. And against a lefty, which he's been seeing the ball very well against lefties this year. And also he's kind of he's playing for his like life in the MLB. With Andrus out, Andrus is going to be coming back soon, so Profar has that motivation to keep it going here and just really earn his spot. And maybe he'll get traded or something like that, just earn his spot on an MLB team. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there at 3,500. A motivated player that's hitting the ball well against lefties. So those are all the plays. You got MORTON, SNELL, Ryan Braun, Moustakas, Profar, and LORENZO, CAIN. And that is it, though. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like in the video before you head out if you did. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and get these videos every single day. Some MLB DraftKings plays, everything kind of broken down. Looking at the split, stats, temperatures, ballpark, everything like that. So I really try to consider everything possible in these plays. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Good luck tonight, guys, on this 4-game slate. Remember that it's starting at 6:10, so you gotta have to get your lineups ready a little bit earlier here tonight. But hope you guys win some money, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.